Hello there, welcome to another Speedpaint video. I'm genuinely thinking about naming it Speedpaint Sunday. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe. But, today, I'm gonna be designing an OC for my future comic. And I don't believe I established that I'll be trying to design my characters and talk about them as of yet. But that's what I'm basically gonna do for a while, since Speedpaints are a lot easier than animatics. So let's just get right into it, you know. Let's go. So the character that I'm currently drawing in the video will be Helen, who is Hazel's half-sister, and she's the character in the story that gives Hazel advice, or she's basically like the crutch for most of their relationship. Is it clutch or crutch? Anyways, crutch. She's a crutch of most of their relationships. She's like the glue, if that makes sense. She basically kind of like gets the group together, makes them stick. Anyways, so in the video, I was trying to give her this pose or this style. She looks kind of like suave type of style. You know, someone that looks like an older sibling, just going through the flow of life. And I wanted her to look like someone who just holds herself as someone you can just talk to about anything, and she'll just take it all in. I'm not really sure if that's a good thing for her to do that. So yeah, she's that type of character that you can just talk to about anything, and she'll just listen when she wants to. Of course, she's a whole thing. And my original comic that I made in 6th grade, it was a handmade comic that I made. I'm putting it on the screen right now. The cover of the comic, Hazel has a pony counterpart besides her, right? That My Little Pony character is supposed to be Hazelnut, Hazel's pony sister. She's a unicorn. Okay, that's Hazel's sister. Hey, future me, pin a picture of Hazelnut. Thank you, appreciate it. As you can see, I'm being serious when I said that I had a My Little Pony character or a My Little Pony OC as a main character in the original comic of Nixian Falls High. I mean, is it as bad as the purple guy OC? No, not really. But it's still kind of funny though, because like most of my OCs were derived from like copyrighted material. I honestly, I believed that, like, if I had kept Pony Helen, that's what I'm gonna call her, in the story, I thought, like, when I was younger, I thought that Hasbro was gonna have me by my throat and, like, sue me or something. I don't know why I thought that, but that made me get rid of Pony Helen for that reason, even though it didn't make any sense because it's an OC, and it doesn't have to be owned by Hasbro, but they're still gonna come for me, probably, I don't know. But I wasn't gonna take the chance, so. But anyways, Helen, she's no longer a unicorn. I kind of have this, like, this canon bit that Helen, like, genuinely believes she was a unicorn in her past life, and she just has very vague memories of being a pony, and, like, most of the time no one really believes her, and it's just very vague, like, just weird. And she's like, she's not traumatized, but it's just one of those odd things that she'll bring up in a conversation with people that she meets, or just between her friend group, and they're just like, alright, Helen, just Helen being Helen, and Helen's just like, please, you have to believe me, I was a unicorn in my past life, and they're like, oh, Helen, just stop it, you're being silly. And, you know, it's just funny. So what I have in her design now, I wanted her to go with this sisterly appearance. You know, the aesthetic that I also went for is dark academia. I love dark academia, but it comes second after flowercore for me. Helen is meant to look studious and intelligent when she wants to be, and she like appears to be well-rounded, but then a little twist, I made her smug and mildly chaotic. Like, I wanted her personality to go from being like the silent observer who just takes in things and has spatial awareness to being a straight up crackhead with no filter. She loves to eavesdrop on people, and she can be a little problematic with just listening and like being a little gossipy. You know, she's a gremlin. She gives no fricks whatsoever. And I know it's like conflicting, but like I think it suits her to be like, I gotta love chaotic Helen. And just another thing, she's really into marine biology. I don't think it's in the video. It probably isn't. I gave her starfish earrings. So, like, she could be just really into marine biology. Like, she doesn't have the ability to control water, but, I mean, I figured, you know, make her a little interesting. She's actually an esper. If you don't know what an esper is basically the ability to, like, use telekinesis, telepathy, clairvoyance, and, you know, all those other sorts of mind powers. And I figured, you know, since she was a unicorn in her original form, and that used magic, I figured, you know, why not keep the theme going and just give her Esper powers? That makes sense, right? That's basically it with her design, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, her personality is kind of based off one of my friends. She's chaotic, but she's also really smart, and I appreciate her existence. She's also like a sisterly figure to me, so, you know. Helen isn't the main character, but she still has a role in the story, and like I mentioned earlier, she is sort of the leader in the friend group, and she guides her friends through the conflict that they endure in the story. And you would think that that would be Hazel's job, but not really. I jokingly said in the other video that Henry's the second protagonist, but, you know, seeing how involved Helen is in the first season of the story, she's actually the second protagonist. Sorry, Henry. And she has her own arc that goes on underneath Hazel's arc, or her story. And in the story, her and Hazel had, like, a few fights here and there. And there would be a moment where they do exchange some, like, harsh words, and they go into separate ways. Oh my gosh. And it isn't until Hazel gets into some trouble is when Helen finally decides, you know what, I gotta go help my sister. I can't let her go through this alone. And she gets all of their friends, to go help. And I mentioned earlier that they're half siblings, so there's some funky stuff going on in their family with their parents. I mean, it's on the webtoon. If you didn't catch that, it's very vague. It's my favorite episode in the webtoon because it's really well done. Anyways, whatever. It's in the webtoon. And to put it shortly, when they were younger, their mom started to kind of decide to raise them together for certain circumstances. And, Helen did not like Hazel at all at first. In the webtoon story that I mentioned, she basically pushed Hazel out of the tree. It was funny. But, yeah, she didn't like Hazel a lot when they were younger. So, when they grew up, of course, they didn't hate each other that much. They just tolerated each other. And it really starts off with Helen, like, assuring Hazel that they're gonna be fine, and that they're gonna be going through high school together for once. And, you know, Hazel won't be alone anymore because of all that happened with her. Their relationship as sisters is established as, like, stable in the beginning, but then over time it starts to deteriorate, and that's sort of the main plot of the story. And that's basically what happens with them. I mean, there's a lot that goes on with these two. So, and, like, honestly, I kind of want there to be more stories with at least decent sibling relationships. I mean, I know there's some that are well written, but, like, some sibling relationships are really weirdly written and awkward. Like, sometimes you'll see in the media, like, you know, the older sibling is like, "What's up, sis? How are you doing this fine day?" And then the younger sis or sibling is like, "I hate that mom died and they were just traumatized." And the older sibling is like, "Ah, you're so funny, sis. Anyways, I'm gonna go smoke weed." I don't know. Just weird stuff like that. I don't know what that was. Anyways, I hate weird relationships like that with siblings. I have a lot of siblings. Most of them I don't even talk to or I'm close with. But, like, I have an older brother who's a year older than me, right? And we were raised together, so we're close. I mean, we don't tell each other everything, but, like, we're close. I walk into his room while he's gaming and just stare at him and then start like screaming at him for no reason. Just like a little hiss. And then sometimes he comes in my room, stares at me, and then he just randomly charges at me for no reason. Siblings do. I remember one time I stepped into the hallway out of my bedroom and into the hallway that leads to the living area. My brother and I just happened to like just step out at the same time, and we just stared at each other from like across the hallway. He was standing at the end and I was standing at like the beginning of it, and we just stared at each other before we just charged. It was really funny. But yeah, that's what I mean. That's just something that Hazel and Helen would do. They would just bother each other and be a nuisance for no reason. I want that. I want that for them. But yeah, enough of my ramblings about siblings. I guess I'm kind of done with talking about Helen. I guess right now I can talk about other things with the time that I have left, of course. So, it's been an interesting journey. 2 years of doing this. Honestly, I didn't really know what I was going for with this channel. I honestly thought, it's just a little hobby I'm doing on the side. It's whatever. I'm just gonna upload here and there, whenever and whatever I want. And, like, I was looking at my old videos of, like, me drawing. And, God, I was laughing so hard. I don't know why I was, but I found them kind of funny. Because I remember making those videos during 2020. And I remember sitting on my bed with the tablet in my lap, drawing and making crackhead videos of me being stupid and silly and talking nonsense for like 5 to 10 minutes. It was a rough year, I know that for a fact. But I was just happy to see that I had a weird sense of humor, even back then, even though it was 2 years ago. So, yeah, it was interesting to watch. And then seeing all my old animatics, get some attention, and also just watching how far I've come with them, it makes me kind of happy. And it surprises me every day to see that my subscribers keep growing and growing. Honestly, I don't know why people are subscribing. I'm kind of like, why are you guys subscribing? There's nothing happening here. Who are you? What do you want from me? But it's honestly kind of like, you know what? I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys. I appreciate all the comments and funny stuff that I post. I don't know what that made no sense, but I appreciate you guys a lot. Honestly, I started a channel like years ago, and I used to upload FNAF tributes, and those videos got a lot of views for some reason, and I had like 600 subscribers. So seeing this channel grow and catching up with my old channel that's no longer active, it's really weird and funny. But like, I know it's nothing like 1,000 or 100,000 subs, 100,000 subs, but seeing my channel grow each and every day, little by little, it makes me a little happy. Just a tiny bit. I'm not too dependent on it, of course. I just appreciate it, just a tiny bit. Okay, what else? So, I guess this is the end of the video. If you want to see the full images of the characters that I've posted so far, you can check my Tumblr. I post on there. I have a new art account. You can check the description for that. I don't really post on Instagram, but you can go check that out if you want to. I don't really use Twitter, but I guess you can go check that out as well. I don't know what else. Check the webtoon. Don't really post on there either. This isn't helping me at all. But anyways, yeah, I post my art on Tumblr mainly, so you can go check on there for any completed art that I've done. And with that out of the way, thanks for watching. Appreciate you a lot. Be safe, and bye-bye.